hate to break it to you, but I'm here to talk you out of DIYing decor for your next event. You can look pretty much anywhere on social media and find people doing DIYs that seem pretty easy. But you really need to ask yourself how many takes it took to get that one take that they posted. Not to mention how much time it took, because most of those videos are done on a time lapse. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 4 things that you should consider before you decide that something is worth DIYing for your next event. Hey, welcome back to the Experience Lab. I'm Joanna, your Experience Navigator, and on this channel, I share experiential tips for everyday brands. Okay, so I'm sorry to start the video like that, and I hate to bust your bubble, but the truth is when you're planning a marketing event for your brand, there are very few things that you actually want to DIY, and here's why. The first thing you want to think about is time. As a small business owner, time is your most precious resource. Chances are your team is really small and you're doing a lot of things yourself already. Are you sure that you're going to have enough time to put together this miraculous DIY idea that you have? This is especially something to consider if your guest count is 100 people or more, because the more people you have, the more of something you have to make. You should always remember that your quality of life is still important. Don't burn out making centerpieces. The second thing you really need to consider is whether or not you have enough help. Like I just said, as a small business owner, chances are that your team is small. And you know what they say, many hands make light work. So do you have the hands to get this thing done? And not just getting it done, but actually getting all of these little pieces from your home or from your office to your venue location. The third thing that you want to think about is consistency of the thing that you're thinking about creating. Sure, you may be able to crank out 10 of something, but when you're making 100 or more, you really need to ask yourself if the quality, the consistency of the first item is going to be just as good as the quality of the 100th or the 150th. And to that point, are these things going to maintain their quality and their consistency in transit? Or if you put them in a box and transport them, are they all going to fall apart and give you more stress than you need on the day of? And if your home or your office don't have enough space to store these things, there is a large chance that they could get damaged just sitting around waiting for the day of your event to come. And the fourth thing to consider is whether or not it's really worth the savings. You may think that you're saving money, but when you add up the cumulative cost of all the little pieces that it takes to make this one thing, are you really saving money by making it yourself? Compare the price of all of the different pieces to make one versus the rental fee for a certain amount or the larger amount that you need. I would highly encourage you to seek out discount stores that can help alleviate some of that stress instead of just running to Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and save that for the family time at home. Now, there is nothing wrong with a good DIY. I personally love them myself, but I really just want you to understand what you're getting yourself into. When you're putting a business event together, you want everything to be top quality, and you want to reduce your stress level as much as possible. So of course, go for it if you're really passionate about it. Just be smart about it. Now let's talk about the 3 types of DIYs that I never recommend doing. Number 1 is anything with an unrealistic quantity. And for me and what I believe in, anything over 100, and even that is a lot, is way too many. Number 2 is anything that requires 1,000 different pieces to put together and therefore is going to force you into tons of late night hot glue sessions. And number 3 is anything that is really likely to fall apart in storage and or in transit. And just my 2 cents of advice here, give yourself ample time for any DIY project that you undertake for a business event. And for things like photo backdrops and those bigger things, I highly recommend getting to know a skilled contractor who can help bring your vision to life. If you're familiar with Alexandra Gator, who is a home decor channel here on YouTube, her contractor Chico is the person who makes her custom DIY decor items come to life for her. And I'm sure saves her a lot of stress. That's it for today's video. Short and sweet and hopefully helpful. As always, I'm Joanna. This is the Experience Lab, and I will catch you in the next one.